Hello my friends and welcome back to Denise Beauty Corner. So today I am going to talk a little bit about my Lorac palettes that I have and also talk about my #1 most used and most beaten down palette, which is my Lorac Pro 1 palette. I think in this era it's coming out so much new makeup, so some of the old good products needs to be brought out sometimes also in the daylight, and that is what I want to do with this video. So I'm going to talk about the order that I bought them in, starting with my Lorac Pro 1 palette. As you will see, this palette is pretty beaten down. I even hit pan on one color, but all of this bottom color in the lighter section here has almost hit pan on them. You cannot see it in here, but it's a pretty big dent in all of them. It's coordinated in the way that you have all the matte colors in the bottom and then you have the shimmery colors in the top, and you have like a shimmer and a matte color that is matching. So I like the layout of this palette a lot. It also comes with a big convenient mirror, and it's super lightweight, super slim, and it also has a little like rubbery container, so it feels super secure when you are traveling. And I have been taking this baby with me all around the world. I've been traveling so much with this palette and I absolutely love it for the purpose of traveling. I also feel like it's so essential. We have everything you need in here. I've been doing today's makeup look. Today is nothing special, a very basic makeup look, but I've been doing so many different makeup looks with this, and it's so good quality, and I just love this palette. So this one I will always repurchase whenever I run out because I really love it. The second Lorac palette that I bought was not the Lorac Pro 2, it was the Lorac Golden palette. And I simply bought this palette because of the Unleashed color. I think it was Nikki Tutorial that did a video with this back in the days. It was a few years ago, maybe 3 or 2 years ago. She was using this Unleashed and I just fell in love with the intensity. And I have to say that the intensity of these shadows are insane. It comes with 4 matte colors. So this is a matte color, and then you have this matte colors, and then you have a matte color with a glitter in. The rest of them are shimmer, and the shimmers are very intense. I have to say that I reach for this palette most for the shimmery colors, so I do use this palette with other palettes in combination. I feel like I do not have like a perfect crease color. This crease color is a little bit too dark for me to start with, but I do like all of the colors. The shadows are very good quality, but I feel like I need another palette as well to mix it up with this. Of course, I could do a look with this palette, just this palette, but I like to mix it up a little bit, so I have not used this as much as my Lorac Pro 1 palette. I do go for this more when I want to have like an intense golden color. Also, this one is not, it's more like a carbon container, not like this rubbery container. Also is heavier than the Lorac Pro palettes, even though you have less shadows. And as you saw, it's like bigger pans in here, so you don't get so many colors as you do in the Lorac Pro palettes. So this one doesn't feel as travel friendly, and also since you need another palette, it's not a one-step go palette, not at least for me when I'm traveling. I feel like it's more like a slim selection of looks that you can do with this palette. I still love it though, I love to have it in my collection, but it's not like the perfect one when you're traveling. The last palette that I bought was my Lorac Pro 2 palette, and I'm a little bit ashamed to show this when I've showed my Lorac Pro 1 because I have not barely even touched this palette. I have owned it for a long time, but as you can see, I have just dipped into the colors and I've not even used all of the colors in here. But as you can see, it's not as toned down colors as in the Lorac Pro 1 color. This is more for bold looks, more green and purple and blue colors in here. Of course, you have some lighter colors and some taupe and things, but this is more on the cooler tone. And as you can see, I've not even removed the plastic on the mirror. So if we compare the Lorac Pro 1 and the Lorac Pro 2 with each other, you can see that the Lorac Pro 1 is definitely more on the warm tone and the Lorac Pro 2 is more on the cool tone side. And I feel like in the Lorac Pro 1 you have a little bit more of convenient colors that you can use for an everyday, versus as the Lorac Pro 2 is more if you want to go a little bit more bold with your look. Both of them has the same type of container, the same lightweight, travel friendly. I just feel like I reach for my Lorac Pro 1 more, and I will not say that it's my number one favorite palette, but it's certainly one of my favorite palettes. I do have some other palettes that I love. My Tati Beauty palette, for example, I love that palette, but that one is much bigger, much bulkier to take with me when traveling. So I feel like my Lorac Pro 1 is one of those palettes that I just love to reach for and grab whenever I'm traveling. I think I always take this one when I'm traveling. But for sure, I have to say, when it comes to the quality of the shadows, all the Lorac palettes are superb. They are really good quality, definitely like some shadows that you can get a lot of use out of, and you can always trust the Lorac palettes. At least that is my experience. So we have a little shorter video today, but I hope that you got a little use out of it. I can definitely recommend the Lorac Pro palettes for sure. My Lorac Pro 1 is my baby, and I can definitely recommend it. So I hope that you did like it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, hit the little subscribe, and don't forget to shoot me with a little comment also. So with that being said, my friends, I hope I will see you in my next video, but for this time, thank you so much for watching, and bye!